going on, everyone? Happy Thursday. First and foremost, I just want to let you know my little man Alpha here was pretty much chilling out for most of the afternoon, and I just didn't have the heart to tell him to get down, so I figured, he can hang out in this video. Moving on, what I wanted to discuss was actually my upcoming Transformation Tuesday photo, video, and article, which I'll be posting on my website. Now, I don't typically post a lot of this Flex Friday, Transformation Tuesday, or I think another one's called Follow Friday, and that's mostly on Twitter. But I don't typically post these things. I just kind of post and just go with the flow based on what I'm doing and what's up and what's going on. So I thought, you know what, I could post my transformation, and that's my 1 year transformation. I'm actually a little bit past my 1 year point, but you know, it's all good. So I'll post my 1 year transformation shot and video on next Tuesday, and that actually lands on my birthday. So my birthday, I'll be turning 28 years old, and that is landing on Tuesday as well. And really, just to summarize, what actually happened in my 1 year transformation in general was that I really, from the age of, in my early teens, going right through till my late teens, and even my early 20s, I was in pretty good shape. I've always been relatively thin. I'd say from about 23 or so onwards to about the age of 26, I ballooned up. It was just due to poor eating habits, irregular eating habits. Drinking alcohol plays a major role in that. Even if it's drinking to a minor extent, I find that it plays a large role in impacting one's physical health and well-being. So I cut that out entirely. I'll have the odd beer now here or there, but for the most part I don't really drink. And the only reason I'll have a beer now and then is just because I actually really enjoy beer. And if I was to say my favorite beer would be probably Corona. I don't know what it is, but for some reason a nice cold bottle of Corona on a warm summer's day is just where it's at, either on a patio or on a beach or wherever it may be. If I'm on vacation, that's my default. That's what I'm doing. So, I pretty much cut all that stuff out. Let me know what your favorite beer is. Leave it down in the comment section down below, because, I'm curious, and it could be bad for me, because if you suggest something that's really good, I may want to go and try it, and that's kind of a big no-no nowadays for me. So, anyways, moving on, I just wanted to let you know that I will be posting up the video and my article on Tuesday of next week, and that is going to include everything I've done, or I'm going to try to include everything I've done over my 1 year period where I've been doing my transformation. So I actually lost quite a bit of weight. What I did was drop weight, and from there I just started to build my weight back up to build muscle. So I actually went from 220 pounds, I'm 6'2", I'm just shy of 6'2". I went from 220 pounds down to 169 pounds. So this was like a hardcore cut, and I did so with calorie deficits. I did so with intermittent fasting to boost my metabolism. I did so with tons and tons of exercise. I'm going to detail all this stuff in my article. And when I hit 169, I said, okay, great, that's it. Let's start building from here. So basically from there, I just started consuming tons of food. I went into a calorie surplus. I continued my exercises, but I went into more strenuous type of exercises, more things that really put a strain on my nervous system, things that really do challenge me physically. However, I was supporting it with tons and tons of proper eating, and links in the description below to check out some of the food I eat. I keep pretty much, it's like a food diary in a sense on Instagram, and I've been doing so over the past year. And really that was my strategy. So I just continued to go to the gym, continued to exercise, and I started to see immediate results. So towards the tail end of the year, I went from being that 169 pounds to basically I'm about 186 pounds right now. And I'm maintaining extremely low body fat percentage. So I basically built quite a bit of muscle towards the tail end of the year, just following my methods and my procedures with consuming foods and things like that. Yeah, it's not necessarily my methods. I'm sure tons of people do it, but I applied it to myself, let's say. That's all I wanted to give you the heads up for today, and that's all I really wanted to talk about. I did have something else I wanted to briefly go over. It's a little bit odd, but I thought it was kind of a neat little story. So the other night I was basically in the gym, and I was working out with a bunch of people. The gym was actually pretty packed, and my girlfriend, she came in, and she was actually doing squats, and she was using the squat bar on her, basically like on a high bar sort of squat on the traps. Later on in the evening, she had complained or mentioned that she was basically experiencing a lot of neck pain, trap pain, all in this vicinity, shoulder pain, and even going right up, and she was starting to get a little bit of a headache. So I suggested that she try a couple of the breathing exercises that I do. She's a little bit dismissive to the idea of doing these breathing exercises. I actually haven't seen her do them yet, and that could be because I look so crazy when I do them, or it could just be because I tend to ramble on about a lot of stuff, and it kind of just, I'm sure it's hard to take it all in sometimes. So anyways, I suggested she try some of these breathing exercises, and really what they do is help stretch the jaw. They help really just open you up. So they help open your cervical spine, they help open your thoracic spine and your lumbar. So I'm going to put some links in the description below to what I'm discussing here and what I'm talking about. But a lot of people don't realize this, and they tend to, when they get a headache, they tend to pop pills or Advil or Tylenol or medications, things like that. And to be honest, I don't take any of those things. The only medications, they're not even medications, the only supplements I take, the only thing I consume outside of regular food is, I actually made a video on that, and you can take a look at it right there. That's all I really take in. So I stay clear of doing any sort of aspirin or anything like that, because I feel the whole medications industry and pharmaceutical industry is just a complete scam. And I think that buying those things, if anything, they're a temporary relief, but you're going to get right back to it. If you don't correct the muscle tensions, the muscle imbalances and things like that, you're going to go right back to having those issues the second that those medications wear off. And which is why those industries are so profitable, because all you're doing is consuming the pill, the effect wears off, and you're going to have to go and get another pill to consume it again in order to alleviate the pain for yourself, temporarily. So what I suggested she try is some breathing exercises and some jaw stretching exercises. I'll put some links in the description below, because there's some people that illustrate this much better than I'm willing to, and much better than I'm going to right now. And I'll also put some other information that you may want to take a look at when it comes to just a human anatomy. But what I did suggest for her to try is breathing and even foam rolling. So what I ended up doing myself was really just practicing what I preach, because I pretty much foam roll every night. However, last night I decided to foam roll my face, which may seem a little bit odd, but it does make sense. So there's a lot of muscles that are actually in your face and in your jaw, and a lot of people don't realize this. A lot of it's connected. It's all connected to your neck, down your neck. Your traps are running right up your neck, and you have your cervical spine, and your traps are connected to that, and it's all hooked up. So if you have headaches, or you have a tendency to get headaches, you may want to consider, instead of grabbing Advil or Tylenol or something like that, try some breathing exercises, try some stretching exercises with your jaw, and try just massaging your own jawline, especially in this vicinity here, because there's a lot of muscles right there, and you use your jaw all the time. You use it to speak, eat. You use it for absolutely everything, to breathe. So you need to understand that since there are muscles in there, they will have a tendency to get tight, and they will need some help in being stretched out. So again, take a look at the link in the description below. It will illustrate it better than me. However, what I was doing today while I was working was actually sitting at my desk, working away, typing, while doing my thing, and stretching my jaw like such. In addition to that, while I'm stretching my jaw, I also am massaging and feeling for any sort of muscle kinks or knots or anything like that, which I actually did find quite a few. So last night after my foam rolling session, where really all the foam rolling session did, where I was essentially foam rolling my face, was that I got that new rumble roller. Take a look at the description, link in the description below. I performed my video yesterday, my video on last Tuesday, where I actually showed my new rumble roller, and that thing it's just badass. It's unforgiving. That's the word I would use to describe it. It's unforgiving. So I laid on it, I just laid my face on it, and I was just feeling tons of tension. I woke up this morning, I felt a lot better, but again, throughout the day, as you see here, all I'm doing is just applying pressure. And just holding. And when you apply pressure like that, and really the whole concept of foam rolling in general, is that you're applying pressure to the knotted, let's call it the knotted area of the muscle, and really what that's helping doing is increase blood flow to that area, which is going to help you, really just help you feel better. I'll just simply put, that's what it is. So when you are having a headache, or if you feel a headache coming on, try some breathing exercises, try some stretching, try anything except grabbing for that bottle of pills, because you know what? There's nothing for you in that bottle. There really isn't. I do not really get headaches, in all honesty. I practice these things and I don't get headaches. I don't experience any sort of illnesses either. I'm not sick. I've mentioned that before in a lot of videos. I haven't even had the sniffles in months and months and months and months. And that's just simply because I continually practice these things. And it actually, you know what? It does consume a lot of my day. You know, I would say that my day in general, I go from working to training to eating, then I just stretch and foam roll, and then I sleep and I wake up and I repeat. That's really what it is. But that's the dedication I have right now to improving myself physically, and beyond that, to improving myself mentally. You know, from all standpoints. These a lot of people don't realize, but everything is connected. So your physicality is connected to your mental well-being. It's connected to your nervous system. Everything is intertwined, and everything's connected, and you should treat it as such. So I definitely suggest and recommend trying some of those things. Links below. Have a look. Let me know how it goes. Otherwise, have yourself a great Thursday, and check out my video on Tuesday, and that's next Tuesday, and that's going to be my transformation video, which is going to show where I've come from in the past year, which is just, I gotta tell you, it's not pretty, and where I'm at now. That's it. Take care.